Before we begin, try a tiny memory test. When was the last time you unlocked your phone for one specific reason, then completely forgot what that reason was? Maybe you wanted to check the time, reply to one message, or search for one useful thing. But 20 minutes later, you were still scrolling. Your breakfast was cold, your notebook was empty, and somehow the morning had disappeared. This doesn't mean you are lazy, weak, or incapable of focusing. It means your phone has slowly become the automatic answer to every quiet second. Bored for a moment? Check the phone. Work becomes difficult? Check the phone. Hear a notification? Check the phone. The device is not evil, and you don't need to throw it away. But when every empty moment is filled immediately, your attention never gets the chance to settle. In this video, you will learn 7 tiny habits that can help you take back control. No extreme digital detox, no impossible routine, just small changes that make focus easier and mindless scrolling less automatic. The first habit is extremely simple. Pause before you unlock. Most unnecessary checking happens before we have made a conscious decision. A notification appears, the work becomes uncomfortable, or boredom lasts for 3 seconds, and suddenly the phone is already in our hand. To interrupt that pattern, place a small sticker with a question mark on your phone. Whenever your hand reaches for it, pause and ask, "Why am I opening this right now?" You don't need a long answer. If the answer is specific, check tomorrow's class time, call someone, or reply to an important message. Open the phone, complete that action, and leave. But if your answer is simply, "I don't know," put it back down. That short pause creates space between the trigger and your response. At first, you may still open the phone automatically. That is completely normal. The goal is not to become perfect overnight. The goal is to notice the action a little earlier each time. Awareness may feel small, but it is the doorway through which every other habit enters. The second habit is to add a little friction. When the phone is beside your notebook, checking it requires almost no effort. One movement and you are gone. Instead, create a permanent home for your phone, a charging shelf, a drawer, or a table on the other side of the room. During focused work, place it there. Keep only genuinely important notifications active and silence the ones that repeatedly interrupt you. This is not about proving that you have enormous willpower. It is about arranging your environment so you need less willpower in the first place. When the phone is out of reach, an urge can no longer become an instant action. You must stand up, walk across the room, and consciously choose to check it. That small amount of effort gives you time to reconsider. You might still feel the urge. You might even glance toward the phone several times. But urges are temporary. If you stay with your task for another minute, the feeling often becomes quieter. Make the helpful action easy and the distracting action slightly inconvenient. The third habit is the 10-minute doorway. We often delay important work because our mind imagines the entire task at once. One blank page becomes a giant project. One chapter becomes an endless mountain. Instead of promising to finish everything, promise only to begin for 10 minutes. Set a timer and choose the smallest visible action. Open the document, write the title, read the first paragraph, solve the first question. Your goal during those 10 minutes is not to create something perfect. Your goal is simply to cross the doorway. When the timer ends, you have permission to stop without feeling guilty. But something interesting often happens. Once you are already moving, continuing feels easier than starting did. And if you do stop, those 10 minutes still count. You have taught yourself that beginning does not need to be dramatic. Repeat this often enough, and difficult tasks start losing their power to frighten you. Motivation does not always arrive before action. Sometimes action is the small spark that allows motivation to appear. The fourth habit is the one-screen rule. Before starting, write down the single result you want from the next work session. Then keep only the tools required for that result in front of you. If you are writing, keep the document open and close unrelated tabs. If you are studying, keep the lesson and notebook ready while hiding everything else. What feels like multitasking is often rapid switching, and every switch asks your attention to remember where it was. When an unrelated idea appears, don't fight it and don't follow it. Write it on a small parking list and return to your main task. You can inspect that list later. This reassures your mind that the idea has not been lost. After completing the chosen task, mark it with a clear check and take a short break. One completed task creates more progress than 5 half-open tasks. Focus is not the ability to never become distracted. Focus is the ability to notice the distraction and return to the right place without turning one wandering moment into an entire lost afternoon. The fifth habit is to replace the scroll instead of only removing it. If you take your phone away but leave an empty space behind, your old habit will keep calling you back. Create a small replacement menu containing 5 activities that take less than 10 minutes. Drink water. Walk outside for a few minutes. Read 2 pages of a book. Sketch something. Talk to someone nearby. Stretch gently or look out of a window without doing anything else. Keep the list where you normally work. When the urge to scroll appears during a break, choose one option. The activity does not need to be impressive or productive. Its purpose is to give your mind a different kind of rest. At first, these alternatives may feel slower than a bright, constantly changing feed. Give them time. A quiet break allows the previous task to end before the next one begins. You are not punishing yourself by avoiding the phone. You are teaching yourself that boredom, rest, and enjoyment can exist without an endless stream of new content. The sixth habit is to protect the edges of your day. The first 30 minutes after waking and the last 30 minutes before sleeping are easy places for accidental scrolling to expand. In the morning, open the curtains, drink some water, and decide on one important task before opening entertainment or social media. This lets your own intentions speak before hundreds of other voices arrive. At night, charge the phone somewhere beyond arm's reach, prepare one simple priority for tomorrow, and choose a quieter activity for the final part of the evening. You do not need a complicated sunrise routine or perfect bedtime ritual. The boundary is what matters. When your phone sleeps beside your pillow, one quick check can become many. When it has a permanent charging place outside your immediate reach, the decision has already been made. Protecting these 2 small windows will not control your entire day, but it can give the day a calmer beginning and a cleaner ending. The seventh habit is to become the editor of your feed. You may not control everything an app recommends, but you can influence what you repeatedly invite into your attention. Remove or mute accounts that regularly waste your time without giving you anything valuable. Keep creators who teach, inspire, or genuinely entertain you. Before opening an app, decide what you are entering it to find. Search for that specific thing instead of waiting for the feed to choose for you. When possible, use a timer, turn off unnecessary autoplay, and leave after completing your purpose. Your phone can be a camera, map, notebook, classroom, calendar, and communication tool. The goal is not to hate technology. The goal is to stop using every feature in the same passive way. Think of your feed like a room. If the room is crowded with noise, you will feel pulled in every direction. If you intentionally choose what stays inside, the same room can become useful. Don't remain only a consumer of whatever appears. Become the editor. Now turn these habits into a 7-day focus reset. On day 1, add the question mark sticker. On day 2, create a permanent home for your phone. On day 3, complete one 10-minute start. On day 4, use the one-screen rule. On day 5, create your replacement menu. On day 6, protect the first and last 30 minutes of your day. On day 7, clean and intentionally shape your feed. Don't try to transform everything in 1 hour. Add one small layer each day. You will probably forget, get distracted, or scroll longer than planned at least once. That does not erase your progress. Notice it. Close the screen and begin again at the next opportunity. Instead of measuring only how many minutes you avoided your phone, ask a better question. What meaningful thing did I finish because my attention was available? Your focus is not gone. It has simply been pulled in too many directions. Start with one pause, one distant charging place, and one 10-minute action. If you are accepting the 7-day challenge, comment focus below and subscribe for more simple ideas that help you build a stronger, calmer, and more intentional life.